Welcome back to the Tidarium Hangar. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with a video about the Toy Fair 2018, my views and thoughts about the Star Wars. Now, I've already done one on the Transformers, and if you haven't seen that one, just go in there and find that one. I was a little disappointed and underwhelmed at the Transformers. I'm very impressed with the Star Wars. And I think that the reason that Hasbro's putting a lot of focus on Star Wars is because the figures they put out in the past few years of Bond were they're trying to clearance them at Walmart's for $5. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably picked up 30, 40 figures for $5 for my kids to play with, and ones I haven't picked up for myself because I just didn't really care about them. Just because they're $5, I'm jumping on that bandwagon. But here comes, they're going to come out with some stuff that's going to command the full $20. Starting with this Gamorrean Guard. Now, the Vintage Collection 3 3/4 inch Gamorrean Guard, right off the gate, was selling for 30 or 40 bucks on secondary market the day it hit the market. They sell for 50 now still. This character is very popular. So it's a very good idea to make this one in 6-inch scale. So I'm excited about Star Wars. And they're getting me more excited. I've really been bored with Star Wars, what they're doing. This is the young Lando. I don't know. It's not what I envisioned young Lando to look like, tell you the truth. But there he is. I think there's going to be a 3-pack in here of droids. And if so, that's pretty cool. I mean, these are the 3 3/4 inch scale. I'm kind of skipping around scale-wise. I apologize. Just kind of the order of things that I was looking at. I want to talk about this Millennium Falcon. I'm a vintage collector. I'm not huge into new Millennium Falcons and doing stuff with that. But this is a little bit different. This is actually, if you look, the mandibles have the concept. There was a concept art, or actually a concept piece, that had a shuttle in the front. And this has that shuttle in the front, which is really cool, because I'm going to be interested in seeing if you can clip it on a vintage one, because that's going to be the first question on my mind. Can you clip that shuttle on the front of a vintage one? Because it was originally a plan to make a vintage like escape pod that mounted in the front in those mandibles. That's why the mandibles were there. So that's pretty interesting. Here's this guy's going to be in 16. He's going to be in both scales. There's always a new iteration of a Stormtrooper every movie. I'm not exactly excited about this guy, but who knows. So 4-LOM and Zuckuss, they're both going to be. They're making both of them on 6-inch scale. They're rounding out the bounty hunters. I like that. I really do. So does my son. He's super excited. He's trying to get me to buy a Boss for 50 bucks off eBay. I believe they'll re-release Boss. That's my belief. If they're rounding out the bounty hunters. Leia in Bespin, she looks great. This is really the time they're doing that special face painting where they do imprint painting, and it looks so much better. They're really going to up the scale. They're going to look so photorealistic. You can tell with this one, that photorealistic look. I'm probably going to pick her up, not because I care about the character at all, but I really like purple, so if they made a Royal Guard in purple, I'd probably get 6 of them. Woody Harrelson's character, whatever his name is, in the Solo movie, I mean, not super. I'm not super excited about that character or what's going to happen with the Solo movie. I think Solo movie would be interesting to watch, but Woody Harrelson as a figure, and that's pretty cool. So the next big thing in Star Wars is Hasbro following suit with Mattel. And the Matty Collector series brought some really good toys. They brought us a Voltron. Okay, Voltron wasn't really good. Voltron was big. Voltron looked great. And if you're a collector like me, big and looks great on a shelf is what makes me happy. I actually don't care about the problems we had with the Voltron. I've got mine now. I'll do a video about that one day. This thing here, I'm excited about it, and I'm gonna be one of the pre-orders. I'm gonna be on this thing. I'm gonna be involved with it. I'm trying to decide if I get 2 or 3 of these because they're so pricey. They're $500, and You have to do the order. You have to do this just like the Matty collector, or you will not get one. They're not going to make a mass market production of this. And the reason why is because they're sitting there looking at some of the higher end items that they've made, sitting on the shelves, getting clearanced out. They don't want this thing to see that, and they want to make all the profit they can off of it. If they sell 5,000, they make enough profit to make it worthwhile for them to do it. I don't see any paint. It looks like it's just molded plastic. Very, very little paint. That's the downside. The upside is it's huge. It's half the size. It's 4 foot, and if you know what the G.I. Joe flag looks like, the flag, that is a 7 foot, over 7 foot, 7.5 foot. So this is bigger than half the size of a flag. So you could put 2 of these and side by side, and it would be the size of a flag. So if you really want to get scale, grab out 4 foot measuring tape, and that's how big this thing is. It's gonna be huge. And the $500 includes shipping. Shipping on this is like $50 anyway. So think about trying to get one of these on secondary market. You're gonna be out $1,000, easy, if you get one. So I'd sign up for this, and the more people that sign up for it, the more support we get. I like the cell barge. It's a great idea, and I'm going to get 1, 2, maybe 3. I really want them to make the Sandcrawler. Not so excited about a new reimagined Death Star, though, because that's what other people are talking about next. Here's another one of the Bounty Hunters Dengar. My kids get super excited about any characters in Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm not a huge fan of Dengar. I'm not excited about Dengar, but my kids get so excited it makes me happy they made it, to watch them get excited about this guy. So oddly enough, I never would have thought I'd be excited about getting this guy, but he really I don't know what took him so long to make him. You can really make all the officers, and shouldn't be a big deal. Swap out the heads. So we got this vintage collection returning. I got a couple of pictures. So I really want to emphasize on this picture here, this is truly vintage. This is truly based off of a vintage movie, and not just the new stuff like Rey. So I'm not excited about the new figures from the new movie on the vintage card backs. I think it's pretty cool, but we'll see. When I get my Grand Moff Tarkin, I'll be excited. When I get that Jabba Cell Barge in a year, because it's not going to ship till February 28th of 2019. So there's a long wait. But excited about Star Wars. Going to have a great year for Star Wars. Titanium Hanger out.